We rolling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit up here all professional and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me trying to look professional, even though I'm not wearing sleeves.
No sleeves.
Got a hat on indoors. Trying to fool people into thinking I'm not
People
bald.
wear hats now indoors. Like it's
Yeah,
not
because
even.
we're balding. That's why.
Well, I was gonna say now it's just normal. Like
Yeah.
it used to be like, young man, take your hat off. But now it's just like, oh, nice fitted cap.
Yeah, and I don't have a lot of like it's a size 8 hat, big old head. And yeah, I'm just out here trying to hatfish people. So
Hatfish.
Yeah.
You're not going bald though. You got a head full of. Well,
I'll show you. I'll show you after the camera's off.
Okay, hatfish.
Yeah.
I can't wear hats. My head's too big.
Like I said, I have to go to Lids. I have to get I had to ask them to bring it in the back because they don't just keep these out there. Like when people say I'm big headed, like I know what they're trying to say. I'm like, no. I hate myself, but yes, I got a large cranium. So
yeah, me too.
But anyway. Hey, so thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm Destin Richardson. Welcome to the Destination podcast. I'm here with a very hilarious lady, Freddie Simone.
Hello.
She's been tearing it up in Columbus, and she's coming all the way out here to NERC.
It has been a long, strenuous. It's like the Oregon Trail coming out here. I lost the oxen. I lost my son to scurvy. It's been some shit getting out here. But I made it. It's okay. Yeah. I made it.
Couple of horses and buggies in the ditch.
Yeah, I traded some bullets with the guy on the way. Yeah, so it was cool. I made it.
Yeah, and I'll say I love you saying it's long and strenuous. Yeah, it's just 30 minutes down 161. Just a straight shot.
Oh, so strenuous. It really is now.
Strenuous in the way that it's just boring. It's like, okay, there's trees, there's
flat.
trees, there's very flat.
There's nothing to look at other than the growth of Granville and some other stuff along the way.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like they always Columbus people, they act like it's just like super far away.
It's not. No. People think I live far away, and I don't live that far away outside of Columbus.
Yeah, I did a couple of weeks ago. I did this contest in Port Clinton, so I've been like Sandusky area, and that one, there is no straight shot. It was just nothing but these curvy state routes.
That's not fun.
Oh, yeah, no, that 2-hour drive felt like 3 hours.
So yeah, it's hard for me to drive anywhere north. To do shows. I've done 2, at least in Cleveland, and the drive, if I'm driving 2 hours in Ohio, damn it, I gotta be leaving Ohio, man. Like, and you drive 2 hours and you're like, damn, we're just here in Cleveland. And it's like, but I mean, I get it. Like, I'm trying.
Yeah. I would say like not enough people are, getting out of the bubble, getting out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
People like just doing the same, 5 bars the whole time. Like,
and I have to actually.
You want to get better. You gotta
different audiences. But what it is, I don't mind carpooling with people, but I have trust issues, so I don't let people drive because like now I have to depend on you, and we're ready when you're ready to leave. So that's one thing.
Yeah, I always end up being the driver too, but everyone's like, if I'm going past Columbus, I always have to pick somebody up on my way. And I know it's stressful for them because I'm a very late person. Like my friends say I operate on Destin Standard Time. Okay. Which is an hour behind whatever time zone I'm in at that moment.
Okay. So there's CP time.
CP time, yeah, I'm familiar.
And then there's Destin time? Or is that after CP time? Is it
actually DST and CPT is the same time frame.
Okay.
I'm just not allowed to say I run on CPT.
Oh,
for obvious reasons.
I got you.
Yeah.
But I was just in relation to.
But yes, it's same exact time frame. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you just took something and made it your own.
Yeah. So like if I'm.
So you colonized CP time for yourself. Is that what you're saying?
I'll leave now. I can't wait for that. I understand. All right, I'm canceled already. Yep. First episode, I'm canceled.
I love it. No, I get it because I operate slow. It's just sometimes it's my anxieties though, and I can't get out the house.
Oh yeah.
So it's just that.
Yeah, lately, I mean, I get too comfortable, and then I was like, well, people don't expect me to be on time anyway, so I guess I'll bust out another episode.
Yeah. For real, I thought it was just me. Like, it's just one more episode. They don't expect me to be on time. They already know I'm gonna be late. Yeah. Sometimes I get caught up in what I'm aware because I'm like, I like leggings because they're comfortable, and I haven't worn jeans because of COVID and everything and all this stuff. So I get caught up in like, what am I going to wear? And then I get caught up in like, if I have like a show or if it's an open mic, am I nervous about getting on stage? I'm still kind of nervous a little bit sometimes because also some crowds aren't trying to listen to you and you got to scream over them. And I'm not ready for that shit. Like, honestly, I'm like, if y'all not going to fucking listen, fuck y'all and I'm going to leave. I mean, that's not, I know I shouldn't be that way, but it's a bar. It's an open mic. So fuck y'all, I'm gonna leave.
I'll say, the good old ambush comedy. Like, I always had to start it out even being like, hey, we're having a comedy show tonight. By the way, in case you didn't know, which I know you didn't, we're having a comedy show tonight.
Like,
and the whole time you're like, you're basically fighting with the bar. You're like, you're screaming. You spend your half of your 5 minutes getting the audience to listen to you, and by the time they're finally like, all right, what? And then they do one joke, and then
there's a light.
They listen to it mad, and they're like, now we don't want to even laugh at this person if it's actually funny because he's being an asshole.
But people want you to be an asshole. At least in the urban bars, they want you to like just start talking and riffing on people. And I'm like, man, like I don't want to be that mean person to just come in because that means I'm coming from a place of self-hate, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I like to love on people. I like to be happy with people and stuff. But also I'm doing shadow work, not to be a people pleaser. So
right.
So
I'm undoing that as well. My whole life I've been kind of the people pleaser. So like even in my comedy, I'm taking a little bit of a turn into, again, it's not so much I want to be liked anymore. I just try to be funny.
Yeah.
Like so much of my first 2 or 3 years I was like, I want people to like me so much. And now I'm like, fuck all y'all. I'm doing my thing. So
I think that's where I'm at already.
Yeah.
Already, yeah. Because people, what I'm noticing is as I'm meeting more people and everything, everybody's fucked up, and everybody's everything is subjective. So everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to agree with you or me or whatever. And you just got to keep doing what the fuck you're doing because they're doing what the fuck they're going to do.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah. It's very much like, if you don't like this person, guess what? Give them 5 minutes. Someone else will be up. You might like them. Like when I book shows, I always try to book not even people that are the same style. Because my idea is I want you, if people are coming and buying tickets to my shows, I want the higher chance that they're going to have at least one comic that they walk out of there being like, they were funny.
Yeah.
That host, he sucked. I hope he stops. He needs to give it up. But, so-and-so, they were good. I'll follow them.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
I've seen, and I think this is annoying for me at least, and I'm new here and I get it. I'm tired of seeing the same people on the same bills, on the same flyers. And it's like, well, how is that really doing anything for comedy so much?
Yeah.
It's not, because I'm not going to get into it, but then also too on that same bill, they've all said their sets all before, and we're not seeing anything new. So there's no diversity, meaning, so for me, because in my marketing skills, if you're not giving anything new to the audience, well, what's the turn on to buy the ticket?
Right.
Other than just support.
Because you're only as good as your next gig. And if the next gig is going to be the last gig that people saw, it kills me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, on the open mic side of things, yes, the idea is that we are tightening up the bits we're working.
Oh yeah, but I get that.
I mean, when I hear when I have someone on like the same book show and they do almost the exact identical set, I'm like, come on, man, you're you're too focused on that first feeling when you captured that lightning in the bottle. Like you just keep trying to chase that feeling with the same thing.
It's crack.
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Jokes, like I also always say, like jokes have the shelf life of guacamole. Like open guacamole too, not like that pre-packaged stuff.
No, it's the stuff that turns brown really quick.
Yeah, like you got like maybe like 3-4 hours.
You could put some lemon on it to maybe
a little bit to get a day.
Yeah, but yeah, and it's not even the same joke. It could be the same premise, but did you add any new tags to it?
Yes.
Did you add any more like sound effects or anything, or did you something to where whoever's following you and supporting you is like, oh, that's some new shit that they added to the old shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm sorry, I got you all off here.
No. Okay. No, we're just we're doing what we do best, hating on our other comics.
I don't like to call it as hating, but you know what's funny? They call it hating, but it's constructive criticism.
Exactly.
And nobody knows how to take that shit, but they all know how to give that bullshit out. I think it's so hilarious. Like,
yeah, good old Geminis, right?
Whatever the fuck they are. Whatever the hell they are.
I don't buy it. I don't buy into it. But
I'm a Pisces, so that, and it's funny because every time I say that, people are like, oh, I'm like, I don't know what that means. Yeah. Like, I'm a fish. I'm two fish. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Yin yang. Yep. That's it.
That's it. I'm crab.
What's that? A cancer?
Yeah. Which like I can't tell you how many people I've hung out with. And they'll say like, "Oh, that's the Taurus in you. Oh, that's the Aries in you." Nobody ever says that shit to me. They can't say like, "Oh, that's the Cancer in you."
I don't even understand what the because it's a pseudoscience anyway. It's all fucking pseudoscience, and people are really basing a lot of things on the pseudoscience.
Yeah. No, I mean, yes. I mean, all right. If we are 85% water, then that doesn't mean that the moon should have a little bit of effect on us.
Oh, it does.
Like that much I get, but I mean, don't act a certain way and then just blame it on the moon. Like the moon's got other problems, not your attitude.
No, that's because your mom raised you to be an asshole. Yeah. Your family raised you to be an asshole.
And you're just shifting the blame somewhere else.
Yeah, like you're not taking accountability. Yeah. That's just the Pisces in me. Like,
yeah.
No, bitch, that's just your shitty ass personality.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think I was working on this bit too, because I think I will be the perfect woman because
you already are.
Aw. According to men, women do not know how to take accountability. I know how to do that. They don't know how to apologize. I've apologized plenty of times to men. And they don't know how to, what was the third fucking one? Oh, I had it. Apologize, accountability.
And your memory is sharp as a tack.
That's the third one. Yeah. I forgot the third one. I can't remember now. Damn. Yeah. I'm gonna think of it like when I'm driving home. Like,
yeah. I'll say something that like it's almost a problem.
Appreciation. I'm sorry. Appreciation. There it goes. There you
go. Yeah. That is the perfect woman. You got it. You nailed it. It's such a problem for me actually. Is I don't fight. I don't argue. And like every now and then, like my ex, like there's days. I mean, it's like she wanted to verbally throw down, like she's had this, and every time I just immediately slip that shit. I'm like, yep, you're right, I'm wrong. Sorry, babe. Sorry. She's like, no, fight me.
But see, and then you're like, well, why do you want me to fight you?
Yeah.
Why do you want to be combative? I don't know. I'm all for debates. I'll say that. Like I'm all for like. Because I honestly don't even argue or fight with my kid's dad. And so outside of that, I'm like, why am I fighting with any male if it's not over my kids? Like, so I don't even argue. Also, too, because if it's not over bills and stuff like that, then there's no fucking point.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I like to be oppositional in a flirty way. So maybe that's where she was coming from. So you could like, take authority like, no, I said it's this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes that's the opportunity. But I guess for me, I just like to be disagreeable sometimes. Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just to cause a problem, I guess.
Every now and then, it's real fun to do it. To just.
I mean, yeah. Just disagree. And it's okay. But a full-fledged argument, I'm not trying to. I avoid those, actually. I think I ghost people before I start arguing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just let it fade back. Like, you know what you did.
Right.
Like, you know what you did.
Yeah. No, all right, you want to have a debate? Ghosts aren't real. There we go.
Ghosts are what?
Ghosts aren't real.
I don't know.
I'm kidding. Actually, I know they are. I used to do theater in before it was a theater.
You saw one?
Before I walked through them. Yeah, it gets real cold, and I'm just like, oh, who did that used to be?
Oh, shut up!
Yeah.
They said, who did that used to be? Shut the fuck up.
So the theater I would do a lot of shows in back in the day. Before it became a theater, it used to be a funeral home and like a parlor and all that. And so, like, I mean, the downstairs. So, I mean, there's like the lobby area, then there's the main, obviously the main theater itself. The whole first level was fine. That was meant to be the floor. Now, all of the actual like embalming, cremation, all the other stuff that took place in other areas, and those are the areas. Like, so anytime you're upstairs, there was like actually, ironically, the makeup room, where like, you know, like when ladies would, and it had like the mirrors for lights and everything. That one had a ghost that ironically hated women. He was probably white, and
how do you know he hated women?
He'll only harass women when they're like if there's like a man in there for any reason,
he was fine.
He's cool, yeah. But when it's apparently just women, he'll mess with them.
What would he do?
He'll you know, their hair will move a little bit. You know, he'll like yank at a clothes or something like that, knock something over. Yeah. And then further in the back, there's the giant costume area, and then in the back is where we have like the furniture and everything. Now that is one that messes with everybody. He doesn't discriminate. He just hates everybody. And
what was his name? Do you know? Did y'all do history on it?
Yeah, I think he was like the very first ever Chad. The first ever Chad in recorded history. Maybe he was the first Kyle. He was just so mad.
Fucking jerk.
Yeah. Trying to punch holes in the wall, but his hand just goes through them.
So wait, if there's ghosts there, that means that the people died there. That means that they weren't dead when they got there at the funeral home.
That means they died in the autopsy.
Yeah, during the embalming or some shit.
Yeah.
That's why they mad.
Yeah, I'd be pissed too.
Like, I was not dead.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, probably thought he just, died, ripping a huge line of coke or something. And he was like, I mean, if they go out that way, but then, they put like some needle in him that shot him up, and that somehow brought him back. And now he's on a table. He's got some dude in his chest with like needles and shit.
And he's alive.
Yeah.
That's
that needs to be in horror movies.
Used to be
that needs to be
like
some horror
that,
movies, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, back in the day when cocaine was actual medicine, it was in Coca-Cola.
Morphine, everything. And that's what I'm saying. So people think that, like, you should trust the government. No. The FDA came to be because they were poisoning the fuck out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And the FDA still lets them poison the fuck out of everybody, just to a percentage. A percentage. So, yeah, the world's crazy.
I mean, hell, it took the government like almost 40 to 50 years before they finally admitted, like, hey, so the food pyramid's like not right.
Oh my God.
They're like, we kind of dropped the ball on that one. But they ran with it for 40 years because Big Milk wanted people drinking more 2%. Yeah.
Your dairy and your bread and your industries wanted it.
Yeah.
Your money making people wanted it. So that's what I'm coming to realize in my elder years, as I'm getting older though. But everything that and you've foundated your whole life off of is shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's shit. And so when now you're like, oh, I'm woke or whatever.
Yeah.
It is really hurtful to be woke because now you see all the shit and you're like, everything is bullshit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is bullshit, man. Everything.
Yeah.
And you got to find some happiness in the bullshit.
It is exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's very depressing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at now in my life. I'm trying to work past all the woke bullshit and trying to find the corn kernel in the bullshit. Because that's the golden, that's the golden sun in the shit. When you cleaning chitlins and shitting. Yeah.
Man, life is really rough when you're digging through shit for a piece of corn.
That's your ray of sunshine.
That needs to be like, put that on like some motivational poster. Have some like beautiful sunset.
And a piece of corn.
You gotta dig through shit to find that kernel of corn. Dash Freddie Simone.
Swear, I'm gonna make my own greeting cards. Fuck that. Like, it'd be just me holding a piece of corn, like.
Make it a t-shirt, get like this big mound of like shit, and then there's just like one little that corn kernel. It has like a big smiley face on it, and it's like has its hands up, and it's got like little sun rays coming off the top of it.
Cause I mean that corn made it through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That corn survived, and it made it to the top.
That corn has seen some shit.
Swear.
Yeah. We need to change topic because this is getting corny.
It's a little shitty in here, right?
It is. You can smell what you're cooking. But actually forgot to mention. So like you've actually really been doing stand up for like a year too.
Yeah.
So where did you try it? Where did you get your start?
So it's so interesting how I got my start. So, I guess in January 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, January 2021. My friend Rance Rob, shout out to Rance Rob. He put out there like, "Hey, I'm giving away free headshots, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Well, I haven't seen my friend Rance Rob because we used to work together a long time ago as teenagers."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give me some headshots." So I went. Got me some headshots, and he's clicking away like, "What you getting your headshots for?" And I'm like, "Man, I thought about being a stand-up comedian." He's like, "You gonna make it because you're fucking hilarious." And I'm like, "You think so?" Because I mean, my family's told me that.
Mm-hmm.
People at work, it's funny because like when I'm off of vacation, I come back, they're like, "We missed you. Oh my god, work has been so fucking dry without you." And I'm like, "Oh, so I'm here for y'all's motherfucking entertainment, okay?" Or like, customers when I used to work at the grocery store would look for my face and, I'm like, okay, that's cool. So he's clicking away and stuff. And I got my headshots. And then about maybe a month later, he tagged me in Mark Gregory's workshop for improv and stand-up and stuff. And I was like, oh, look at God. Oh my gosh. And ever since then, it's just been like, aligning and it's just been going from there. Now the first class was in May, and I had booked a flight to go to LA with my friend, and I didn't know so here's where my anxiety took over. I didn't know that in my head, my mom has always drilled into me like there's no second chances. You either do it or you don't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man. And I'm learning in life it's not that serious. It's not that serious. As long as you have a conversation, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
So I was going to miss the first class because I was going to be in LA. And I was like, I woke up in the middle of the night because I didn't know I double booked myself. And I was like, oh my God. I'm never going to do it. I got to cancel my trip. And I was panicking. And then after, I was like, let me just calm the fuck down. And hit up Mark Gregory. He was like, oh, no problem. I'm like, wow, you see how easy that shit was? Mm-hmm. But that's what I say. Everything that I've learned in life, I'm unraveling because that shit's not true.
Yeah.
And I have to stop stressing myself out over the anxieties of the bullshit that is instilled in me. So that's where it started. And then our graduation, I guess, pretty much was on the Funny Bone stage, September of 2021. And ever since then, I've been booking trips. I went to Atlanta, worked on the Uptown Comedy Stage, Atlanta. Went and participated in Hope Flood's comic rock convention. And it's a lot of good learning points. for comedians, and I look at a lot of great networking opportunities.
Yeah.
So it was fun so far in the first year of comedy. I've had fun, and that's basically all I've been trying to do is just have fun, learn different and new techniques, and travel. Like my whole goal is to travel, eat, and tell jokes. So I'm almost there. Almost there.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, hell, my first year, I was just happy when I didn't bomb at the Shrunken Head. I mean, that was my big highlight of my first year.
I feel like that's hard to do.
Yeah, it's I actually didn't do well my first like 3 times there.
Really?
And like so, unfortunately, my very first time there was Nick Glasser was hosting it at the time. So this was pre-COVID, but it was packed. I had never been there before. I didn't realize that was like that used to be like the place for Columbus comedy. And so I get there and like the list is like 40 people long. Yeah. And I had my ex with me at the time, and we had my parents were looking over, watching their kid, and I was like, at this rate, we're not leaving here till midnight, and I have 40-minute drive back, and I work in the morning. So I go up there, I plead my case with him. And I don't know if I think I maybe just said it wrong or he just heard me wrong. Either way, there was a miscommunication where he thought I was saying that this is my first time. I think I said my first time here. He heard it as this is my first time doing comedy. It was like, but I have such and such happening. And he's like, I'll tell you what, I'll get you up in a couple. And so I was like, okay, cool. I get up there and he does this giant, super long, super grandiose intro about me doing it for the first time, about me finally getting off my ass, coming out and following my dreams.
Because he knows you.
He met me for 2 minutes.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like they kill me.
Yeah, and he was laying out the red carpet for me. And the problem was my entire set was going to be about this horrific bomb that I did months earlier. So it's
not my first time.
Exactly. My whole story is about the worst stand-up gig I ever did, and this was my first stand-up gig. So my anxiety shot out of my head through the ceiling. I mean, I was like a laser beam went out, and I get up there and I just stammer and I stutter, and everyone's like, "Yep, sounds like a first timer." I'm like, "No, I know how to do this."
Oh,
my first time actually was a place that is sadly no longer operating. It's a Big Room Bar.
Okay. And
they had a comedy open mic, but I wasn't there for that one. I went for they had once a month. They just had like a regular open mic. And I get up there and they were like, "So what do you need anything to set up with?" I was like, "No, just a mic." And they're like, "Oh, are you doing like poetry?" I was like, "No, I'm doing stand up."
Why is the first thing poetry?
I don't know, but yeah, he's like, "Oh wow, we like never get stand up comics," which is nothing a stand up comic ever wants to hear. But I mean, I did it, and like my first set, and people wouldn't believe me. I did good on my first set. I didn't kill it. Like I didn't have them fall out of the chairs, hanging from the rafters. But I mean, I did well on my first set, and I got really cocky because like my next 2 were good, and then like I said, I was like thinking I'm Chappelle. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm king shit around here. And then my fourth set, I ate so much shit, and I did not find the corn kernel.
You did not?
There was no corn kernel.
You weren't digging hard enough.
Oh no, I was digging. I was digging. All right.
See, I haven't hit that. I don't think I really bombed like to where everybody's like,
Yeah. I've only had 3 of those, but they were aggressive.
I mean, and I'm like, damn, am I doing something right or am I doing something wrong? Because I think but I have had the show I did in Atlanta though, during the Comic Rocks convention, it was at a bar. It was at the Deck Bar, and I got up there and I did okay, but then it went flat. And I think because I got in my head about trying to do new material that I just wrote down there versus some shit that I knew was going to work, that I worked here. But it was just, it was very interesting. So yeah, I'm not scared to bomb. It's just like, I'm waiting for that moment to happen.
Yeah. Now that you've gone this long, it's gonna almost be a relief to you when it happens.
Like, oh, I'm finally not funny to people, or like,
yeah, because I mean that's where you grow the most is when you hit the lows.
And the thing I have to do really is start recording. I have not recorded my shit.
Yeah.
And that's where, so I've had people record it, and then either I don't get the recording, or the recording has no sound, or it's something wrong with it, but people still call and book me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, my comedy is elusive and mysterious, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
But I do have one up on YouTube. I have my set that I did at Uptown Comedy Corner in Atlanta, so that's up there.
Nice.
I'm going with that one.
Yeah, I had a great video from when I first started, and unfortunately, I was asked by my ex's family to take it down.
Was the joke about her?
Yeah, and I'll admit, like, this was one that, like, I thought she had said that she was cool with me telling it, and
she was,
but she didn't think I would actually post that one online,
right? Until you're her ex.
Yeah, and well, no, this was even when we were still dating.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I'll be good. I'll take it down. And then for 3 years, I had the worst luck getting a video after that. So like when I would try and tell people, it's like, send me a clip or whatever. And I had to explain, like, so I had one and then yada, yada, yada. It's like, I swear I'm good at this. And they're like, yeah, prove it. I'm right. Like, ugh. But no, I mean, I have half of these one now, but.
And that's where I need to really start recording some clips. And it's like, well, I need to record them from the funny bone, actually.
Yeah.
And not
so much that background.
Mics.
The background helps a lot.
I know it irritates me, but it does. And that's again, aesthetics. Everything is for aesthetics. They're like, oh, she was at the funny bone. And now that I'm learning, like, funny bone ain't shit, really. But it is. But it isn't. But it is.
It is, but it isn't. Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It isn't, but it is.
Yep.
But it isn't. But it is.
Yep.
Like, you still have to go through the politics of.
Yeah. There is no. It in some degrees, there's just no cheating the system.
Yeah, it's not. And that's okay. I mean, it happens.
Yeah. Like there are a couple of paths you can take, but they'll all convene into one area.
It's right.
Like there's like 3 forks in the road. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. They all lead to a club. And from once you're a regular in the club circuit, once again, a couple different paths you can take, but then those ultimately lead into theaters. Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's a couple paths to get there, but the main destination is all the same.
And that's the thing. Like, a lot of the advice was go to the open mics and hang out. People want to see your face, and I'm like, bro, I don't have time to do that.
Yeah,
I got kids I got to raise still. I got to be at work in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that some comedians can do, and I feel at a disadvantage. But at the same time, I'm like, I have my own advantage because, I mean, everybody has their own path and doing their own thing anyway. And that's what I have to actually remember, because it's like, man, they're out there doing so much and da-da-da-da. But I'm like, yeah, but they could be sleeping in their car every day. Right, you know what I mean? Right. They could be doing all kinds of things to be sacrificing for this. And I'm like, well, yeah. And my path is my kids right now. So, yeah.
I get that on the networking aspect, because, again, I can't just go every night to drive 40 minutes, hang out in Columbus after I working all day. I can't just go hang out,
spend money on drinks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Spend money on food and hang out just to build a network relationship. And we're like, no offense to anybody, but it's like we're all open micers right here.
Yeah.
While we can network, we could do this over instant message or something like that. We don't have to be face to face, or for that reason, at least. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because, again, even though it's just a straight shot, I mean, I'm still pretty much my own world out here.
Mm-hmm.
And, I message people. I'm like, hey, I got this date, or I'll put up something in the page. I'll get a bunch of DMs from people I don't like. And I just don't open them. And then I'll be like, okay, cool. This is who I got. Let me text a few people I know. But
yeah.
I try. I'm trying to expand,
But sometimes that it's okay to not like the people because you don't like their work ethic or you don't like the energy they bring.
Yeah, that's my.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people that are great comics,
Yeah.
and granted, I mean that's the number one name of the business, but at the same time, I mean, I have to also kind of click with someone as a person too. Like there's got to be that little bit of underlying.
But see, that's where I don't want to fall into. I only book this person because they're my friend. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I understand what you're saying. Like I gotta click with them because if we don't click as comedians, though, then it's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird. So I get it. I have to click with people as a human anyway to, feel a vibe. Right. I mean, especially if we're going to be coworkers and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
I have to. There's a certain level of respect, like human respect, and then coworker respect, and different levels. So,
yeah,
Well,
so
I get you off track more.
I didn't have much of a track. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, I was like, I got like 5 things. So no, I think we're just about good here. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. But
okay.
So yeah, I don't want to drone for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't think I'm that important.
I was gonna say you're not one of those podcasters. You'd be like, oh my god, we're going for 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, I got it.
And especially
like I gotta drop one. I mean, like I'm getting hungry again. I mean, like yes.
You said I gotta drop one. That's hilarious. Don't go looking for corn kernels now.
No. I'll send them down the pipe.
Okay. Not today.
Yeah, no. Like I say, I got plenty of corn. I got plenty of corn around here. Right
now, gosh, that's actually what you're supposed to do when you cook chitlins. I think is throw some corn in there so you don't know if the corn was there before or after. That's what I hear. I don't eat chitlins, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Not at all.
I ate spam. That's the closest we get. That's.
You like your formed meat. You said hot dog casserole earlier. And the ham. Like the chick at work said ham loaf. And her mom made. And I was like, bitch, what? What the fuck is a ham loaf? Now, mind you, I think she lives in Zanesville or Mansfield or something. And she was also talking about a tractor pull one day. And I was like
Zanesville or Mansfield.
I was like, oh, what the fuck is it? What's the point? You pulling a tractor? And I was like, well, what's the point? You're pulling a tractor. Oh, yeah. That's the point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this like country life is interesting.
Yeah, there's just that underline, like there's that you got to read between the lines of like, hey, we do this because there's nothing else that's fun to do. Clearly,
and a whole group, mass of people go and watch.
Yeah.
A tractor being pulled.
Yeah.
But
wait until you get into the exciting world of mud running.
You just running in the mud?
So they dig out, and I went to one in West Virginia because I'm white trash. So there's one in West Virginia.
I did not. You said it.
Hey, I read between the lines.
You said West Virginia.
I have a raccoon on my shirt, and I'm not wearing sleeves. I mean, we can see. I'm not fooling anybody.
Oh gosh.
But, so no, they dig out this giant like ditch. Like it's way more like long. Like I mean, it's like the whole length of like a football field, and then they just fill it full of water from the creek, and it's just a big soupy muddy mess. And they get these like souped up like cars with like big old monster truck tires.
Okay.
And the idea is they see if they can clear it, and then there's tow trucks if they can't make it to pull them out from the other side.
Now with monster trucks, that sounds fun.
Yeah, monster trucks are cool. Demolition derbies are cool.
I was gonna say demolition. Cool. I grew up playing that fucking ice cream truck thing. And,
oh yeah, Twisted Metal.
Yeah, so that's fun. So that's not a problem for me. But I thought it was a mud run where people just run in the mud.
Well, after
the cars. You duct tape your socks and your shoes to your legs. I knew it was coming. And then when they're done,
Yeah.
You get the dogs in.
That's yep. You've been mudding.
I've been mudding.
You've seen it.
Oh my god! When the dogs are done, you get the cats and the cows.
Yep.
Oh my gosh!
Softening it up for the babies.
Oh my! It's a baby
crawling through the mud looking for that corn.
Oh gosh! They doing arm over arm, little baby crawls. That's ridiculous, man.
Getting to where like one's like shoving the other one's face in there, like it's like no, I'm getting it. I'm getting mine.
Oh, baby mud. Yeah, but if you think about it though, there's all those types of events that are very in those small towns. I listen to Small Town Murder, and so like
there's a lot of that in small towns.
That too.
Yeah.
There was a one they talked about in Newark too, I think. And in Logan.
Don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Logan's got a couple. Anywhere in the Hocking Hills.
Yeah, a couple in the Hocking Hills.
Yeah.
And it's like he just touches on some of this funny festivals that those small towns have, and it's some of them like, have you heard of Scrapple?
Oh yeah.
Have you heard? You've had Scrapple?
Scrapples, yeah. That's rough for me.
What is Scrapple?
It's once again, it's some kind of super processed. It's an organ meat. Mm-hmm. It's also very similar to Geta. If you know the Cincinnati area, it's huge in the Cincinnati area. It's like pig heart, like pig brain, pig liver, and it's like all ground up with oatmeal. It's basically like an Ohio pork version of haggis.
I don't do haggis.
I've
don't do
tried
hash. I don't do corn hash. I don't do.
Yeah. One time I was seeing this girl, and I was cooking. I was doing stuff that was like kind of experimental in the kitchen, mm-hmm. And so I just like she had Skyline chili for the first time ever, and she liked it. I understand it is a very polarizing. It's a very polarizing thing. You love it or you hate it. I personally love it, but so I was like, well, hey, I want to do like a burger, but like do like a three-way and then put it on the burger. So you go pasta and bun. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Because I wanted us to hit the hay early, so I'm like, let's carb up. let's get our blood sugar way up. We get that crash. We're out in like 45 minutes. And I was like, so to really amp up the Cincinnati aspect of it, I was looking in the meat section at Kroger, and I found buried, like kind of like hidden in the sausages, I saw a roll of Geta, and I'm like, we should really go Cincinnati with it and make a burger. Like the patty is made out of Geta. It was foul. And the worst part is afterwards, I mean, we're on the couch and like we're making out, and we both at the same moment, we stopped making out.
Stomachs.
And we're like, I was like, we couldn't even stand the taste of Geta again. So like we both stopped. We like both brushed our teeth. We did the Listerine. Then we went back at it. But it's
things like
sorry, Cincinnati. Geta sucks.
Geta, Souse, Scrapple, mm-hmm. Those things. I've never fucking needed to eat.
Yeah.
And there's one time I was at sorry guys, I was at my friend's bachelorette party, and I was about to make something. Well, her cousin was like, no, she was hell-bent on making fucking brunch for everybody. And I'm like, okay. So me personally, I'm thinking like brunch is like some bacon, a nice spread. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. This bitch opened up a can of corned beef hash. And I was like,
yeah, this
is fucking brunch, bitch. Like, and like some hash brown squares.
Yeah.
And I was like, the fuck? I mean, so I don't eat any of those mushy things. It's crazy because I don't want to act like I'm all snooty about my food, but I'm just very like, if it pig's feet, no, I've never had that shit.
Yeah, me either.
I don't eat chitlins and things like that.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah, I had braised ox tongue one time. It was really good, but like, I don't know. That's about it as far as any kind of like organ-y meats. Mm-hmm. Tongue barely counts.
Tongue is an organ, isn't it?
It is, but like when you think organ, you think like kidneys, livers, hearts.
But your tongue is very important to the digestive system.
The tongue is actually I think the tongue is the biggest muscle on the body. I think, except in my case because it's
I was gonna say my muscle.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said,
your heart's bigger than your tongue. Well, your tongue is pretty long though.
Yeah, it's very long.
Yeah. I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, heart has the girth, but the tongue has the length. So
length.
Yeah.
Well, length matters.
You heard it here, folks. Length matters.
That's funny.
So anyway, size queen Freddie Simone. Anything else you like to?
Anything else? I don't know. I think I'll become not vegan soon, but I'm trying to become maybe vegetarian. I don't know. I like meat, so it's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also don't like the meat. But I don't know.
Are you talking like that vegetarian, like the fake meat, or?
Yeah, I don't like the fake meat because here's my thing with the fake meat. Why are you going to tell me it's fake meat when it shouldn't be meat in the first place? Yeah. Like, so cauliflower chicken tenders, like they're just cauliflower pieces. Yeah. Just say that shit. Don't say buffalo chicken tenders, cauliflower chicken tenders. No, take the chicken out. It's not. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing. And then, too, like, my thing is, if you over-processed it to look like something else, then that defeats the whole purpose of bypassing the production for the meat.
Because by that point, you're almost having as many artificial ingredients as a hot
dog. There you go. And then you still have to build a facility and do all the processing and add chemicals and all of that. Yeah. So, like you said. Anything else from Freddie Simone? Just look out for me, I guess. I love to be booked on some of these shows to add, I guess, variety. You know, you at least need one fucking female on the flyer to be diverse. So, you know, book me. Even on podcasts, I love to talk and share my thoughts. I think you guys too like to hear my thoughts because y'all keep following me and everything. So, I don't know. I try to stay up on trending topics, but I really don't try to because, you know, people of the world irritate me because y'all listen to them.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, but, you know, I don't know what else to say. Destin,
any social media, so Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm always supposed to say follow me at Instagram, Freddie.Simone, YouTube Freddie Simone, Facebook Freddie Simone. I'm working on my Twitch. I'm trying to be twitching on Twitch all the time. I'm trying to get my Oculus and all of that in the virtual world. But it, you know, things take time. So work with me, stay with me. And be with me because, you know, Freddie loves you, Freddie cares, and Freddie will be there.
There you go. Everybody, like I said, keep a lookout for Freddie. She's hilarious. I'll probably even have her in Newark soon enough when I get a date. So check her out there. Also, thank you for listening. We'll come back sometime next week. We'll have more new, fresh, exciting faces that I believe everyone needs to know about. So, Stay safe out there and keep digging for that corn.
Dig with all your might to get that sunshine piece of corn. That's awesome. That's funny.